Her mother came home from the Kenyatta National Hospital, holding in her arms her sixth-born child. She was a tiny little girl, whose elder siblings quickly nicknamed her Kadogo. Years rolled by, and the tiny little baby girl grew into a beautiful woman, and in time became a wife, a mother to 3 beautiful daughters, and even a grandma. But the year 2015 came, and like a thief in the night, changed Molly's life. My name is Yvonne Kalahi. Welcome. This is Cancer Diaries.
My name is Molly Luseno. For now, as per now, I'm 52 years old. I was misdiagnosed at first with, I was told I had ulcers, stomach ulcers, number 1. I took a lot of antacids, so many, for a long time, but apparently the ulcers were not going away.
Well, Mom has always been the healthiest person I think I've ever known. When she started falling sick randomly, stomach ache, we thought it was ulcers to begin with, so she tried lots of things, lots of medication. I remember there was sometimes she went herbal. It helped a little, and then the pain just started picking up and picking up.
So come 2015, then my stomach started really paining. Midriff started having a lot of pain. I was taken to hospital. This time I was taken to KU, that's where my husband works. This time the doctors there told me, we shall not treat you because maybe it might be something else that is chewing you. And I think the doctor told me that because of the symptoms I had presented. I told him the symptoms. I didn't go there telling him I have ABCD. I just told him what I had presented. I had an intense pain in my midriff, here in the middle of the stomach. And this pain started at a weird hour, at around 2 in the morning. What woke me up was the sharp pain, and then I started sweating. Then after a few minutes, I started, from sweating to shivering, I started shivering. And then after shivering, I started throwing up. After throwing up, now I started becoming weak. I started feeling weak. My strength was going, and I really didn't feel like eating anything. I had lost so much weight, and then I was itchy all over. I was itching, especially on my thighs. I was itching, and the itch, you feel the itch, it's like it's right inside your flesh. And if you're not careful, you can actually scratch and peel your skin trying to reach the itch, which you don't really reach. And that is a sign that your liver is not okay.
Now, Molly's doctors have for a long time now been treating what they had initially diagnosed as ulcers. But this time around, Molly's body is talking to her in a language that she does not quite understand.
I went to KU. In KU, what they did, I had an IV inserted, and I was taken to Nairobi Hospital, where now again I was misdiagnosed with pancreatitis. I was told I had pancreatitis. So they put me through all those tests you can think of. I did colonoscopy, I did endoscopy. At first, when they did the 2 tests, they didn't tell me what was wrong with me. They were not telling me what was wrong with me. So they kept me in hospital for a long time. I was in hospital counting the number of patients coming on the side beds next to mine. I was saying, here, 6 patients have come and gone, and I'm still here, not knowing what is wrong with me.
Molly lay on her bed, undergoing a series of expensive medical tests, just trying to figure out what was going on in her body.
All this time, I was kept in the dark by the doctors. No one told me what was ailing me. And I think this was very wrong. Doctors should tell you, they should be open with you, and if they feel it is heavy for you to take, they should ask someone, your relative, to be there with you so that they can disclose. This thing of disclosure should be there. Doctors should not keep it to themselves. They are not the ones who are ailing. It is me who is ailing. I need to know what is happening to me so that I know the next course of action to take. This doctor comes asking me how many bottles of beer I take. And that time I was in pain, so much pain. I asked the doctor, why are you asking me about beer? I don't take alcohol. So that's when he looked at me, and then I realized there was panic on his face. He asked me, you don't drink? I said, no, I don't take alcohol. And I asked him, why are you asking me about alcohol? He told me, because your liver is not okay. I told him, I don't take alcohol. That's when he sent me for further tests. He wrote on my file, go for an FNA. I didn't know what FNA was. My friend, if you are told to go for an FNA, take off.
Fine needle aspiration, or FNA, is a type of biopsy procedure. A thin needle is inserted into an area of abnormal appearing tissue or body fluid. As with other types of biopsies, the sample collected during fine needle aspiration can help make a diagnosis or rule out conditions such as cancer. Fine needle aspiration is generally considered a safe procedure. Complications are infrequent.
I went, I didn't know what it was all about. It is painful. They went and pricked, they put a hole on my side, on my right side. They wanted to reach my liver. And then they prodded me with a cut. Oh my God, it was painful. So I was discharged from hospital, came back home, eating all the food I used to eat, feeding cancer cells left, right, and center. So apparently the pain came back again.
The pain was back. Molly was quickly rushed to Nairobi Hospital, and this time hoping that the doctors would finally be able to figure out where the pain was coming from.
There's once I remember we went to hospital. She was in real bad pain. So no one could tell us exactly what was happening to her.
This time I went straight to Nairobi Hospital. This time, this doctor, this young doctor, he was, I think, just newly employed. He looked at me, he took my file, looked at me, and I asked him, okay, so what's wrong with me? Do I have to keep on coming back here with this pain and you people are not telling me what is wrong with me? So he looks at me, and I had gone with my daughter, and we were there. So he tells me, the doctor who wrote in your file said you should see an oncologist.
A very young doctor walks in with my mom's scans, and then all I remember is the first thing he asked us was, who's your oncologist?
It was that crude.
So we were a bit confused with the question because oncology, of course, is cancer. So basically that's how the news was broken, that Mama had cancer.
The disclosure was that crude. It was not kind, it was terrible. Everybody was crying. My husband was crying, he was there. Everybody, we were actually shocked. No one prepared us for what, this doctor told us. So I decided to pull myself together. Then I asked him, okay, when am I supposed to see this oncologist? And I had gone to the hospital at around 4 in the evening. This time he's telling me it's around 11 o'clock in the night. So they had kept me at the casualty for all these hours, only for them to tell me at that hour 11 in the night that I have cancer. So I pulled myself together, then I told my husband, no, it's okay, I'm not dying. Because once you're told you have cancer, the next thing you see is the grave. So I asked the doctor, so where does, I have cancer. What type of cancer do I have and what stage? I think he was a bit shocked. He saw, this one, aka kanajua, nikamjuaji. So he told me, apparently, nikamwambia, no, just relax, be candid with me, relax. Tell me what type of cancer do I have and what stage? He told me, you have cancer of the pancreas and it has moved to the liver and the lungs. So I asked him, so that is stage what? He told me 4. I told him, oh, the last stage, huh? He avoided answering that question because he thought he was good. Already he had, the way he put it, he laid it on the table, it was blunt and horrible enough. So I could take in anything now. I was open for anything.
A diagnosis of pancreatic cancer can be overwhelming. It raises a host of questions. What is the pancreas? Where is it? What does it do? What is pancreatic cancer? What happens now?